WESH 2 News starts now with breaking news.
And that breaking news is out of Apopka, where 2 contractors were hurt after a scaffolding collapsed. That's according to the mayor of the city. Chopper 2 is live over the scene right now. You can see that yellow tape there cordoning off this area. This is the bridge that crosses Main Street near Forest Avenue. Now, right now, we don't know the extent of the injuries of those contractors or what exactly caused that scaffold to collapse. We will, of course, bring you any updates just as soon as we get more information into the newsroom. All right, the woman accused of killing her boyfriend by leaving him trapped in a suitcase is going to get all the evidence against her very soon.
Yeah, Sarah Boone was in Orange County court this morning for the first time since she became her own lawyer.
Shouldn't I be included in all of this so I know what's going on and not a surprise hearing like it is again for the second time?
Ma'am, again, this is why there were benefits to being represented by counsel.
WESH 2's Bob Hazen was in the courtroom and reports Boone said that she's frustrated by the legal process.
The Orlando pastor who called himself a prophet has been found guilty in his wife's death. The jury reached its verdict last night. Sylvester Ofori shot his wife, Barbara Tomei, to death as she walked into work at a Navy Federal Credit Union 4 years ago. Now, during an interrogation by Orlando police, Ofori said he did it because his wife was cheating on him. The jury has also seen surveillance video of the murder. Ofori now faces life in prison.
All right, it's dry across central Florida right now, and the rain chances are actually pretty low.
All right, First Warning meteorologist Cam Tran here to show us who has the best shot of maybe seeing some rain today. Cam.
That's right. The best shot for rain will be mostly west of Orlando. In fact, here's a look at our satellite and radar. Quite a few clouds already starting to stream in from the west. And we are noticing a few pop-up showers right now over in Marion County. You can see just some light rain near Citra and out towards the west and near Fellowship this afternoon. Otherwise, most of us staying dry. We have very low rain chances in the forecast today for the Orlando metro, but out towards the west, particularly I-75, that's where we have a medium shot of some rain today. We could all definitely use any rain we could get. Look at this. We're 88 degrees already in Orlando, 91 in the Villages, 86 right now in Claremont. 12-hour forecast showing just a 40% chance of rain today. Most of that will be off to the west. It will be a hot one this afternoon with high temperatures climbing into the mid-90s. And also a quick check of the tropics. All is quiet, but we're noticing that the first week of August, we may see some increased activity. In fact, one particular model this week has been hinting at some development. It's finally backed off on that development, but we're still keeping an eye on things. Things are quiet through the end of the month, but the first week of August, we might see a bit more activity, especially with all these waves coming off the coast of Africa. I'll talk more about when we could see more widespread rain showers returning to the forecast coming up in about 15 minutes.
Well, people in our community will have another chance to share their thoughts on what the Pulse Memorial should look like. The group that's designing that memorial is hosting another open house later this afternoon. At the first meeting yesterday, the 18 members of that group spoke for 4 hours and talked about the survivors, family members, and victims, as well as designs.
The major reason why I wanted to serve my community like this and be a part of this committee is because I am a survivor and I was there that night.
Right, that second meeting is happening this afternoon at 4 at the Kia Center. After that, there will be an open house at 6 where anyone can come in and give their input. Well, the Florida Department of Education issued letter grades for school districts all across the state.
WESH 2's Tony Atkins reports this year's grades were different than in past years. Later this afternoon, we'll hear from the Flagler County Sheriff on the investigation into the series of swatting calls at the end of last school year. So 3 schools were targeted in a single week. Each time, deputies did not find a threat. The sheriff is speaking in about 90 minutes, and we'll have the update on WESH 2 News at 4. Democrats will officially begin the process of choosing their nominee for president on August 1st. The Rules Committee approved a virtual roll call, assuming Vice President Kamala Harris is the only candidate for the nomination. The DNC must formally nominate both the presidential and vice presidential candidate before August 7th. If they don't, the nominees may not appear on the Ohio ballot. Now, the DNC officially starts on August 19th. President Biden reflected on his time in the Oval Office during his address to the nation. He spoke about the reason behind his decision to drop out and stressed the importance of American democracy remaining a priority. Biden says he fully supports Vice President Kamala Harris and warned of the impending matchup against her Republican opponent, former President Donald Trump.
But there's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now. The power is in your hands.
Biden vowed to end the last 6 months of his presidency working on a long to-do list, like bringing costs down and keeping America secure at the border and abroad. Cleanup is underway at the Capitol after protests erupted over Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's address to Congress. This was the scene at the plaza outside of D.C.'s Union Station early this morning. Crews say it took days to remove all the graffiti from the Columbus Fountain. They've been power washing the Freedom Bell and removing trash around the plaza as well. Fires were also set around Union Station and elsewhere in the area. Several people were arrested. And Netanyahu delivered a defiant speech to Congress defending the ongoing war against Hamas. And as NBC's Raf Sanchez reports, Netanyahu will soon meet with President Biden, Vice President Harris, and the families of American hostages later today. All right, some big changes are coming to Southwest Airlines. Yeah, this is a big talker. For the first time in its history, travelers will be assigned a seat, why the company is saying goodbye to open seating. And later, thousands of people are going out of the country in search of cheaper health care, the growing medical tourism trend, and how this is reducing the risk.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Rubenstein Law. Injured? Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
In Central Florida, the weather is always changing.
That's why we work around the clock, so you know exactly what to plan for.
From tracking the next big storm to how to dress the kids for school.
That's why at WESH 2, we keep you at the center of what we do.
Constantly monitoring the latest data so you can be prepared for what's next.
No guessing, just an easy, understandable forecast, sun up to sundown.
This is WESH 2 First Warning Weather, certified Central Florida's most accurate. You're watching WESH 2.
Shocking new details about the attempted assassination of former President Trump were revealed during an explosive hearing with the FBI Director Christopher Wray on Capitol Hill. NBC's Ryan Nobles has new video of the moments shots were fired. Well, the new acting director of the Secret Service is expected to testify in a joint Senate hearing next Tuesday. It's set to happen just 1 week after the former director, Kimberly Cheadle, resigned after her testimony before Congress. The Department of Justice has finalized a plea agreement with Boeing. The troubled aviation company will plead guilty to a felony charge of defrauding the U.S. government and pay a more than $243 million fine. Boeing also admitted to defrauding the FAA when seeking permission for the 737 MAX plane to carry passengers. The plea deal is subject to approval of a federal judge. And Southwest Airlines is breaking a 50-year-old tradition by getting rid of open seating. Big talker online right now. Travelers will soon be assigned a seat before boarding. The airline will also start charging for premium seats with more legroom. Meanwhile, Southwest will start offering overnight red-eye flights for the first time. No details on exactly when these changes will go into effect. Those overnight red-eye flights are going to be huge for anybody going east to west. We'll have to see what comes of it. All right, we know it's going to be hot. I always ask you on Tuesdays and Thursdays about the timing of those evening storms. What are we thinking today?
Right now, it's going to be mostly west of I-4. We've got a lot of dry air over us, especially across the I-4 corridor on southeastward. So you know how it was pretty quiet yesterday? Yeah. We're expecting a very similar setup. You're going to be bored again this afternoon. Well, you know what? I'm taking it because it makes up for all the times it's crazy. Makes up for those 12-hour days during the hurricane season when we have active stuff in the tropics, which, of course, right now we don't have either. I'm not trying to scare anyone at this moment. Let's take a live look, though, at Ocala. We're starting to notice those puffy cumulus clouds develop out there, and that's because Marion County, I think, is one of the counties today that will actually have the best shot for rain this afternoon. You're already seeing a few sprinkles out already. Right now in Ocala, we're at 88 degrees. Good afternoon, Leesburg. You're at 86, and we're at 86 right now in Claremont. So here's a look at the satellite and radar. We have a stalled frontal boundary up to the north, so we have a bit more moisture pooling for our far northern counties, mostly Marion, Sumter, and also Lake counties. Out towards the south and east, you can see it's fairly quiet. We are looking at a few showers already popping up near Denellen and Fellowship, as well as Ocala and Citra near Salt Springs as well. So with that setup the way it is, we have more moisture off to our north and west. We have this Tutlow that's off to our east that's bringing some drier air for our eastern locations. So there's going to be a great divide on who will see rain today and who won't. And the models are really not handling it very well. So we essentially drew out our rain map for today. So west of I-4, we'll have the best chance for showers and some storms this afternoon. East of I-4, because of the drier air, we could see a few pop-up showers, not ruling it out, but the best shot for rain today will be west, mostly west of the I-4 corridor. So if you're heading out to the attractions this afternoon, can't rule out, again, an isolated shower storm as we go into around 3 to 4 o'clock, but most of it will be off to our west. And then overnight tonight, it's going to be a warm and sticky night with lows dropping down into the mid-70s. We're going to see those rain showers and thunderstorms clear out by then. And then tomorrow, highs back into the mid-90s, areas along the coast, low 90s tomorrow. Now tomorrow, though, we will see a more moisture move into our area. So once again, we'll see some higher rain chances, mostly off to our west. But the Orlando Metro could see a few showers, a greater coverage in showers tomorrow as well. But all of us dealing with the heat will be nearing records tomorrow. Not so much today. High of 95 this afternoon will be 4 degrees shy of the record. High of 95 tomorrow will be about only 3 degrees shy of the record. Heading into the upcoming weekend, we're going to notice the increasing rain and moisture across our area. 60% rain coverage on Saturday, increasing it to about a 70% chance of rain showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. So right now, Saturday looks to be the drier of the 2 weekend days. And here's a quick check of the tropics. No tropical development over the next 7 days. So we are going to end off the month of July on a quiet note here in Central Florida. And hey, we will take it. Here's a look at your Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast. Hot and humid today, a high of 95 this afternoon. A lower rain chance today at only about a 40% coverage, but notice how that rain coverage greatly increases by early next week. Back to you guys.
All right, a cruise always sounds great.
Yeah, an adults only cruise line is actually letting kids sail for free. But of course, there's a catch here. Who actually qualifies for this special offer? The opening ceremony for the Paris Olympics is just 1 day away. Some of the action has already begun with the sevens rugby, women's rugby and men's soccer. Some more early Olympic action continues today with the women's soccer team against Zambia. All right, members from Team USA women's water polo team are going for their 4th consecutive gold medal.
Yeah, they will face off against Greece on Saturday.
If you're watching this year's Olympics and wishing you could look like those athletes, take a step back. Experts say comparing yourself to the world's top athletes is unrealistic. You think? They spend most of their lives training for this one moment, and getting in that top physical shape is a full-time job. Comparing yourself to them could lead to feelings of guilt or shame. However, experts say Olympians can also inspire people to set healthy goals.
While I'm eating Oreos, watching them perform, yes.
I had a Cuban sandwich 20 minutes ago. All right, stay with us. Throughout the Olympic Games, Stuart Moore and Michelle Imparato will be hosting the WESH 2 Olympic Zone live from Universal Orlando, where there's also a lot of really good food. It all starts this Saturday.
Yeah, stop by and go and see them. If you're at City Walk having dinner or taking the water taxi between all the different spots out there, pop over and say hi.
It'll be fun.
All right, we're also excited about this next story. A big announcement for basketball fans. The NBA is coming back to WESH. NBC Universal has a new 11-year deal to broadcast NBA and WNBA games. Now, this is happening after the NBA rejected Warner Brothers Discovery's offer to match a $1.8 billion bid from Amazon Prime to retain the games for a year. Under this new agreement, beginning with the 2025-26 season, games will air across Prime Video, NBC's Peacock streaming service, and ESPN. Well, students in Altamont Springs are really upset after finding out that their school is closing.
Many of them were so close to finishing their degrees. What the school is doing now to make sure all their hard work isn't lost.
Plus, a warning for homeowners who are selling their houses. What realtors want you to keep in mind before opening your doors to interested buyers.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Discover the Palm Beaches.
In Kissimmee, when I first started breaking, I never expected to make history in breaking culture. Victor Montalvo, breaking.
Noah Lyles, track and field. As soon as you put USA across your body, you want to see your country succeed. That's exciting.
The Paris Olympics begin July 26th. Brought to you on WESH 2 by Advent Health, champion of the human spirit.
Live, late breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
Students in the middle of getting their degrees at City College are now worried about their futures.
Yeah, they just found out that the college is closing. City College says that it will stay open for the fall and winter terms. Students who can complete their work by then will be able to complete their degree. Now, everyone else will have to transfer to another school.
It is highly frustrating because now I don't know what to do. No other school will take my credits.
All right, in an email, City College says at this time officials are working with other nearby institutions so that the credits can be transferred over. WESH 2 News went to City College to ask to speak with someone or to get a statement. Staff members say that they have no comment.
All right, just a few showers already popping up on our radar this afternoon, but we're not expecting anything big for later, which is kind of refreshing.
Yes, I'll take that, Cam. I'm looking forward to getting outside and running and not doing that on a treadmill.
Yes, there's a little catch to that statement, though. We're going to look at quiet conditions along the I-4 points east and southeastward. So we are going to see quiet conditions in the Orlando metro today. However, folks, particularly up in Marion County, could see some more rain. In fact, you're already seeing that rain and could see a couple of gustier thunderstorms as we go through the afternoon. Right now, as we take a look at our lightning tracker, no storms to talk about. So this is mostly pop-up showers right now near Fellowship, Citra, Anthony, and also just east of Ocala there. Temperatures right now pretty warm across the board. We're already at 87 in Sanford, 88 in Ocala. We're at 88 in Orlando and 86 in Kissimmee. As we take a look at your next 12 hours, rain coverage today for folks in the Orlando metro, very low. We're only talking about a 30 to 40% chance of rain showers and isolated thunderstorms this afternoon, and then rain showers will clear out in the overnight hours. Heads up, though, we are going to see the highest rain chances mostly to our north and west. So for folks along the I-75 corridor, particularly in Marion County, we're going to need to keep our eyes to the skies. I'll track out when we'll see more widespread rain. Return to the forecast coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, Cam, thank you. Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, James Brown. Those are just some of the legendary musicians who performed in Eatonville at the historic Club Eaton. The building has been around since the 1940s. When it opened, it was one of the only venues in Central Florida where black performers could showcase their talents. Now, it's gone through a share of changes over time and different names before it shut down in 2008. After years of disrepair, work is underway right now to restore this piece of history in our area. While it will take some time to complete this project, those working on it say it will eventually transform into a museum with space for performers, dining, and entertainment.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
What a treasure in our community for sure. Happening later today, the bridge at Orlando Assisted Living Community will reopen its doors after nearly 2 years. Severe flooding following Hurricane Ian caused significant damage to the building and forced about 65 residents to evacuate in September of 2022. Today's grand opening celebration starts at 3 o'clock. Many people who are trying to sell their homes will sometimes hold open house events, right? But some real estate agents are warning homeowners to be careful.
Yeah, that's after a guy was caught on video going through the homeowner's personal belongings. Started off as a normal open house visit. The man walked into that San Diego home and said he was interested in the property, but then things seemed a little off. Real estate agent says that he rushed upstairs without signing in and didn't ask any questions. And then he was seen on that camera opening people's drawers.
When you look at the video, he's trying to do it so quickly, and I think it's because people are coming to walk into the room as well.
All right, experts suggest that homeowners do private showings or to pack up their valuables when they're trying to sell their homes.
The wait is almost over for Sunrail riders looking to travel from Orlando to Volusia County. Sunrail trains will start rolling into the new station and DeLand on August 12th. But you can get a sneak peek of the station and learn more about the 12-mile northern extension this weekend. Sunrail is offering tours on Saturday between 9 a.m. and noon.
All right, Virgin Voyages is looking to tap into a younger cruise market. They are now allowing kids to sail for free, kids being between the ages of 18 and 26 years old, that is. Virgin Voyages is considered an adult-only cruise line, and travelers must book their trip by August 23rd and travel by the end of this year.
And IVF is one of the topics discussed in our WESH 2 mini debate series ahead of the Florida primary elections.
Yeah, and one of those was for the Republican primary for Congress in District 9. Now, that district includes all of Osceola County and part of southern Orange County, including the Lake Nona area and a small part of Polk County. Now, the winner of this primary will go up against incumbent Democratic Congressman Darren Soto in November. During the debate, the candidates spoke about in vitro fertilization and the right to the IVF Act that failed in Congress.
I would support families who want to grow their families, but I believe at the essence that would be not an issue for the federal government. I don't believe that the states, when they created the Constitution, they granted that authority to Congress. So that would be a state's issue, and I think that's where it should remain.
I think there's a lot of people today that having problem getting pregnant, their families getting pregnant. I think it has a lot to do with health issues. We're seeing the reduction of sperm count in men that have cell phones in their pocket. So I think we need help in proliferating our society.
Family first. That's what I believe in. And so to me, you know, a legislature like that, I would definitely read it completely from top to bottom. But as far as the essence of it, of supporting in vitro fertilization for families, I am supportive of that concept.
All right, you can watch this full debate on our website. They're all under the Commitment 2024 tab.
The IRS has a new warning for taxpayers. Don't rely on social media for tax advice.
Yeah, a lot of people have been claiming credits that they don't actually qualify for.
This borders on fraud. Taxpayers can get in big trouble for filing this type of false information with the IRS.
How you can avoid making a simple mistake when you file your taxes next spring.
Closed captioning brought to you by National Floors Direct.
Matter of Fact with Soledad O'Brien, Sundays at 10 a.m. on WESH 2. Sponsored locally by your Southern Lexus dealers.
All right, don't rely on social media alone to get your tax advice. That's the warning from the IRS as they are reacting to a growing number of tax filings that claim credit where the credit isn't due. Linda Vaquero breaks down the information to help you avoid trouble in the future. And remember, the IRS will never text or email you to request or personal or financial information. Most contact is done through the mail. All right, food is at our fingertips, and it's leading to a new digital diet. How technology is impacting your health and your wallet.
Closed captioning is sponsored by the Flooring Center.
Food at our fingertips has become the norm when it comes to ordering, be it fast food or casual dining. More and more apps and in-store kiosks have replaced human interaction.
Yeah, but what does this all mean for your ordering choices? Emily Aketa is here with some surprising news about how technology impacting your health and your wallet. All right, traveling overseas for procedures and treatments known as medical tourism is a growing trend. A lot of people are looking for ways to save on their medical bills. Now, the CDC says millions of Americans travel to another country for a medical procedure every year, typically to Mexico or Canada, but Europe and Asia are also attracting Americans who are looking to save money. The most common procedures are dental and cosmetic surgery, but some people are also going abroad for more affordable fertility treatments. Now, experts say before you book your trip, do some research about the doctor in the clinic. Talk to your primary doctor here in the United States to make a plan for follow-up care and plan for recovery time.
All right, Kim, let's get outside and talk to you about what we can expect today. I mean, we've kind of fallen into a different pattern these last couple days.
That's right. We are seeing some drier air over us this afternoon, especially for areas along I-4 on eastward. And you're noticing when you step outside a little bit of that haze still. We've got a little bit of Saharan dust over us and also quite a few clouds, especially along the I-4 corridor as well. So here's a live look out by the theme park district. You can see how cloudy and hazy it's looking out there. And again, that's because we still have that Saharan dust over us. And so that is impacting some of the air quality. So you can see a lot of us under the moderate or the yellow, meaning if you have some sensitive respiratory issues, you may want to limit your time outdoors today. Those particles may be a bit more sensitive to you folks. You can see on our Saharan dust layer map here, we do have most of that along the I-4 corridor on south and eastward. And on top of that, it's creating some drier air. So we're not expecting widespread rain conditions like we saw earlier this week. Here's a look at the satellite and radar. We're also noticing quite a few high-level clouds streaming ahead as well. That's giving us more filtered sunshine this afternoon. Off to our north and west, though, we have a stalled out frontal boundary, and that's why we're seeing a better shot for rain out towards our western counties, particularly Marion County this afternoon. We are now tracking one lightning strike in Marion County. It's off to the west here of Reddick. We're also seeing some light rain into the northeastern portions of Marion County as well. Fellowship, you're getting hit hard with some moderate downpours right now. Ocala, you've got a pop-up shower over you folks. As we go through the afternoon and evening, the highest chance for rain today will be west of the I-4 corridor, particularly favoring I-75 corridor, folks. And temperatures right now, very warm and toasty across the board. We're at 89 in DeLand, 93 right now in the Villages, 90 in Ocala, and 88 in Orlando. The rest of the day today, isolated showers and thunderstorms. In the evening, showers and storms mostly off to our west. And the overnight, we're going to see those skies clear with overnight lows falling down into the mid-70s. Highs tomorrow will be near records in some areas, including in Orlando, and Sanford will be just 2 to 3 degrees shy of the record. Not so much along the coast or a little bit farther away, but tomorrow will be a hot one with some slightly higher rain chances in the forecast for your TGIF. Waking up tomorrow morning, bright sunshine, a quiet start, but notice as we go into the afternoon, a pop-up shower or two around 2 to 3 o'clock. As we go into around 5, 6, 7 o'clock, we are going to notice a late afternoon, early evening sea breeze collision favoring the western half of the peninsula. Rain coverage slightly higher tomorrow, so you keep those umbrellas handy. Even higher rain coverage for the upcoming weekend. So tomorrow I have rain coverage at around 50%. Saturday increasing it to around a 60% coverage, and look at Sunday, 70% chance of rain showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. So out of the 2 weekend days, if you had to pick to get outside this weekend, I would definitely pick Saturday, because you can see that wet weather trend does continue into early next week. Here's a look at your Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast. So 40% rain coverage this afternoon for the Orlando metro. Off to the west, though, keep in mind, particularly Marion and far western Sumter County, you have a higher shot for rain today. And then as we go into the weekend, we are going to see a higher rain coverage there into early next week. Back to you guys.
All right, Cam. A piece of music history is getting repurposed.
Elvis Presley's jet can now be taken for a cruise on a highway.
I knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I also knew it would never fly again. And the only way that I could think of to share it with as many people as possible around the country, maybe the world one day, is to make it mobile.
Wow, how you can get an up-close and personal look at this king-sized aircraft.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Closets by Design.
Okay, get ready for an all-female lineup of classic Universal monsters.
Halloween Horror Nights just released its newest haunted house, The Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula's Daughter, She-Wolf of London, and Anxunamen are headlining Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines. Now, Halloween Horror Nights begins August 30th. Tickets are on sale now. So some major scary girl power there.
Yes. And Disney's Inside Out 2 has dethroned Frozen 2 as the highest grossing animated movie ever. Pixar movie has been out for about 6 weeks now, and it's already brought in over $1 billion globally. Inside Out 2 also replaced Barbie as the 13th biggest movie of all time in terms of global ticket sales.
Wow.
A private jet once owned by Elvis Presley is now roadworthy.
Yeah, the king-sized aircraft was recently bought by an aircraft enthusiast who made it drivable. Jimmy Webb jumped at the opportunity when Elvis's private jet came up for auction. He had bigger plans for it. Took him 18 months to retrofit the original fuselage on top of an RV frame. Webb says he is charging people to walk through it to check it out, but most of that money will be going to Wings of Compassion, which is a nonprofit for veterans.
People stopping here should come take a look at it because it is the only one in the world. It has got the celebrity connection. It's got the crazy running and driving connection. People still can't get over that we actually drive it from the cockpit.
It's pretty cool. Webb says his next project is to add air conditioning to the plane, but so far the plane has been a pretty big hit. He better get that AC before he comes to Florida.
I was just going to say, but it looks so retro. Like,
yeah.
I mean, very impressive.
I could see people paying to take a walk through. Very cool. All right, coming up on WESH 2 News at 4, anyone can drown, no one should. That's the theme for this year's World Drowning Prevention Day.
Yeah, what local swim instructors are doing to promote safety from an early age and how you can do the same.
Plus, why there is still no return date for a pair of astronauts who have been at the International Space Station much longer than expected. That story and more when we see you again this afternoon, starting at 4 o'clock. Until then, have a great day.
Chopper 2, your live eye in the sky, covering breaking news in Central Florida.
Take a look at these huge flames, all that billowing smoke. They were responding to a deputy-involved shooting.
Capturing every moment to bring you closer to the action.
A bird's eye view from Chopper 2 of this new theme park.
Chopper 2 captured the blanket of smoke.
The biggest stories from every angle, so you never miss a moment. This is what local, live, late-breaking coverage looks like from Chopper 2, and it's only on WESH 2 News.